Welcome to Recently Logged, an audio stream discussing what the film bros are watching these days.
So, what are they watching these days, Micah?
I sure hope it's this movie.
You just hope?
It's a childhood classic, Robbie.
A cult classic?
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, how many cults are there?
I can count, all the cults I know on like one hand.
Oh, I have to use my feet and hands, both of them.
Oh wow. Yeah. Guess I need to.
Don't worry, I'm only a member of like
educate myself.
2 or 3. It's fine.
Oh no, we've gone off track.
Okay. Well, hello everyone.
Hi.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Micah.
And we're recently.
Oh, I should have joined in. I should have been like, and we're Monsters Incorporated, but. I missed.
You already made this joke. It's not funny anymore.
No, I know. We make it like, because it comes into my mind every time.
Wow.
I know it's not funny, but it's funny to me.
Wow. Okay.
Every time.
Our audience doesn't like our podcast. This is why we only got 3 views or listens on our last episode.
Well, it was a no movie name one, so
we've lost.
I didn't expect it to, honestly.
Okay.
Just because it wasn't anything in particular we had to throw together last minute. You guys should still go give it a listen along with all of our other episodes.
I thought it was kind of good.
Anyway, if you couldn't tell from the title and the thumbnail,
we are
Meet the Robinsons is the movie we are tackling today.
Yeah, it's a movie.
This was requested, and we haven't done an animated movie in a while.
Yeah, no, we keep having these guests on, and they're throwing off our formula.
They're like
live action
animated movies. Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Anyway,
wow.
So we want to go into the basic facts?
Yeah, let's go over the basic facts of the movie.
So, Meet the Robinsons is a 2007 film. It is rated G. It is 95 minutes. It's directed by Stephen or however you want to do that, J. Anderson. And I mean, I can't say a lot of the cast is super well known. They're mostly all just voice actors, so they haven't done a whole lot.
Nice. Wait, Tom Kenny is in this movie?
Tom Kenny.
Mr. Willerstein?
No!
No! For those of you who don't know, Tom Kenny is SpongeBob. Yeah. And he's been in like a ton of movies.
He voice acts a lot.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we're doing Meet the Robinsons. This is on, for those of you who don't follow me on Letterboxd, this is on my movies I watched obsessively as a child list. And
we did.
we boy oh boy, we watched this a lot when we were younger.
I think this is another one along the lines of Monsters, Inc. that we watched too much. And I have fond memories of it. But it also has like a negative vibe around it for me. Why? I'm like nostalgic about it, but I'm like also. Yeah, because like a lot of the points which I'm going to talk about later that I don't like about this movie, I actually didn't like about it when I was a kid as well.
It's just amplified now.
And it kind of, it's amplified a lot now. But that stuff always kind of stuck in my mind around this movie. And when you watched it as much as we did, it got kind of...
See, I never would like sit around and think about the problems movies had when I was younger, Micah.
I did. Not to the extent I do now, but,
Wow, you were just I'm surprised you didn't have a Letterboxd back when it first came out.
When did we find out Letterboxd was a thing?
I found it existed like last year.
Yeah, something like that.
Like we haven't mid last year.
But guys, can you believe it? It's almost December. We're almost getting into season 2. Christmassy movies are gonna be coming first moment we can in December, because we ain't doing it a second before December is over.
Yeah, take that. We should do Freebirds.
Freebirds.
I keep saying this anytime Thanksgiving is mentioned.
Yeah,
we should do Freebirds.
But we're gonna have a guest on for our Thanksgiving one.
Yes.
So that's gonna be because we're actually going to visit family, and it's going to be said family, or at least one member of said family that is going to record while we're visiting said family.
Wow, that was a very awkward way to say it, but fair enough.
So yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
All right.
But yeah, Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah. Well,
Basic thoughts, or first thoughts.
My quick thoughts.
Quick thoughts.
Quick thoughts.
Quick thoughts.
Like quick shot.
Quick shot.
Short film.
Hasn't been released yet, Robbie.
Okay, but
you're getting ahead of yourself.
Yes. My quick thoughts. I really like parts of this movie, but I think overall it doesn't work as well as I wish it did, as well as I remember it working when I was a kid. Because I used to I would have said this was my favorite movie. Back when I first made Letterboxd, this was like fourth on my like select your favorite movies thing.
I remember that. Yeah, it was actually up there on his 4 favorite movie list.
I really remember loving this movie, and it stinks now because a lot of its I think it has a lot of pacing problems and a lot of structure problems.
Yeah.
But I think it has really endearing characters, and it does a really good job of connecting you to those characters. So there you go. Those are my thoughts.
So, wow, all of them.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, Micah.
Okay,
that is my rating.
You rated 3 out of 5. All right.
So a little above average.
So my thoughts of this one are pretty similar. It's got issues. It's got things that aren't even necessarily issues, but things that just bother me in it. That bother me just about with any movie, and especially, and it really happens a lot. I don't know why, but like a lot of kids movies, I should say.
He just did air quotes.
I don't like. Yeah. Oh, I just did air quotes, and you guys can't even see them. Wow. Yeah. But because I don't like calling just animated movies, even though a lot of them are targeted towards kids as kids movies. But
how could you? Micah?
A lot of them have a lot of really annoying story writing elements that just grinded my nerves when I was a kid, and do so even more now.
Wow, wait. you were analyzing script elements, Micah, when you were a child?
The story elements, sure.
Holy crap.
Not specifically script elements.
I literally I didn't care at all. Either I liked a movie or I didn't like a movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, like half of Disney movies, especially now, I have such memories of of me not liking a specific part of them as a kid, that I am super hesitant to watch a lot of older Disney movies that I grew up watching.
Wow. Now we've like completely swapped. Yeah. Where now you rate stuff based on like, oh, I liked it, and I'm like,
no, I still rate it on its content.
I know.
Anyway,
it's
I think overall
more flopped now.
This movie is really fun to watch, and I think it's a lot of nostalgia, just because it's a slap in the face of nostalgia because we grew up with it.
Injected into my veins.
Yes. It's got some really funny moments, and it's got some really heartfelt characters.
Wow. It's like you're saying what I said.
Yeah, I know, right?
I guess I was right then.
And yeah, that's pretty much my basic thoughts on it.
Wow. So I didn't really have a plan for
we usually go into questions,
okay.
Robbie. Here, think of a question.
Did you say your rating?
Oh, yeah, sorry. 3.5 stars out of 5.
3 out of 5? No, I mean 3.5 out of 5.
3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
And while you think of a question, I'm going to plug the podcast stuff.
Okay.
So you can contact us, whether it be to just say, congratulations, you got a cool podcast, or be it, you guys should do this movie, or if you... Robbie, think of a question. Stop laughing at me.
I already thought of one.
Or if you want to ask to be on said podcast, you can contact us at our email, which is all right, you do it, Robbie.
Do you need some help? Poddingtonrl@gmail.com. That's PODDINGTONRL@gmail.com.
That's PoddingtonRL.
Or you can visit our website, robbiegrayway.com/recently-logged.
robbiegrayway.com because I have a domain.
I paid for that domain. I'm going to use it. You know
what? It's fine. Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah.
Or you can find us in various social medias just at recently logged.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay. What's your question?
I was gonna ask, since this is a time travel movie, for those of you who don't know, what do you think of the time travel mechanics in this movie compared to maybe Back to the Future or
causing problems?
Wow.
Okay, so I have a lot of problems with time travel movies, just all of them, every single one.
Just because it defies logic.
Yes,
You can't wrap your tiny little mind around time travel, Micah.
But I try not to think about it, and I just try to enjoy the movie anyway.
Wow. Is that why you hate Back to the Future?
No, I love Back to the Future. What do you mean? It even bothered me in Endgame, watching Endgame.
Wow.
And they have a pretty-ish solid explanation for time travel, but it's meh. But time travel in this movie is odd. And one thing that really bothers me is just the concept of time travel in general. If you're going back to the past, the amount of paradoxes per se and changes you would make just from the moment you time traveled there
literally just
could completely change the history of the world.
Literally just time traveling. It would like stop a breeze or something.
And that sounds dramatic, but there's so many things that can happen from the simplest of things, so, like the smallest little details. And because they don't do the whole Harry Potter thing, which, I mean, Harry Potter is meh with their time travel, but they have it all wrapped together where even the time travel is already set in the past as the future.
This one does that. The very beginning of the movie has Lewis in the background.
What?
Yeah. What? The opening scene for the movie when Lewis gets dropped off at the orphanage. You hear the shh, and then he in like the slip. That's his shoes slipping. You remember?
I don't think that's actually him.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not actually
How is
him.
It's the same
what
sound
about all
effect.
what about all the other things that they can't explain, right?
What other things?
Like just small little details of him being just here and there and Wow. I just made a Ratatouille reference that you guys again couldn't see.
He was yeah. If you've seen if you're a diehard Ratatouille,
which I am, favorite movie of all time, by the way.
Yeah, are you saying that it's the greatest movie of all time?
I think it is. But Robbie finds that comical. Anyway, time travel in general bothers me.
Mr. Funny Man.
But I just don't let it bother me when I watch a movie.
So you don't think the shoddy... And actually, I think this has a really good, solid time travel mechanic compared to a lot of time travel movies.
Yeah, compared to a lot of time travel movies, it's fine, but...
All right.
Fine.
Oh yeah, I guess I have to answer this too.
Yeah. What about your thoughts on time travel?
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the Back to the Future fading thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this is, if I had to select my favorite style of time travel in a movie, this would probably be my pick of how I want time travel to go down.
I would say my favorite time travel in a movie is actually Endgame, though, and I know that sounds just people are like, oh, Endgame, that's so basic.
Is it the best movie of the year?
But I like the way that they talk. No, it's not. But I like the way that they talk about it in the way that once you go to the past, that becomes the future.
Yeah.
So
you'd pick that?
Yeah, that's probably just my favorite example of how time travel would theoretically work.
Okay.
But it still just always bothers me, and I try not to think about it, especially while I'm watching the movie.
Oh, that would kill me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have I got a question?
Have I got a question for you?
Oh wait.
Wow.
What is your favorite scene or sequence? Pulling out the Old Faithful.
Our listeners are probably so sick of us asking this question. My favorite scene
or sequence.
I'm gonna go science fair. At the beginning, the science fair. It's so good.
Kid with science project.
Oh yeah, no, it's good, guys.
Oh.
Either that or basically, if you were to mesh
the TCT, Robbie.
No. If you were to mesh the beginning of the what did I say, science fair, and the end of the science fair where he runs out to the baseball field and it's goob. Yeah, no, that's my favorite
I'm
part.
checking who wrote this. Okay, there's a lot of writing
Holy
credits
crap.
on this.
What the heck?
But whoever,
maybe this accounts for some of the pacing problems I have with this.
Hold on, let me count how many writing credits that was.
How many writers did this have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 credited writers.
Holy crap. I wonder if some of those were just brought in to like write the jokes or dialogue or something.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But I also forgot to mention this. It said it won an award. What award did it win?
I don't know.
An Annie
It
award.
won an Annie?
No, that was a nominee.
No.
Where nominee? It said
Did
it won
win?
one.
Did it win anything?
It said win. Oh, here it is.
Young Artist
Award for Best Performance in Voiceover Role for Young Actor for Paul Butcher.
Who's Paul Butcher though?
Butcher. Which one is he?
Just go back and look at the cast.
Paul Butcher. Who
the heck is this?
Stanley.
Who's Stanley?
Stanley. We just watched
Who the heck is Stanley?
Stanley. Hold on a minute.
Stanley? Stanley?
Robinson.
Okay, hold on, guys. I swear, we love this movie. We're like diehard fans. Who the heck is...
Oh, it's Mount Vesuvius Kid. I didn't know he had a name.
Yes. So good. Okay.
Stanley Pikowski.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. When did they say his name though?
They say his name.
He deserves that award. Man, probably best character.
How young was that kid? He sounds young. I don't know.
Mount Vesuvius.
I literally just said that's my favorite scene, and then I forgot.
The toggle switch isn't a toggle.
Yeah, guys.
Okay.
I would say go watch this movie. You guys need to watch this movie.
I would say my favorite scene, small scene, is the one where it's just pretty much a joke.
Are you gonna say the frog?
Well, the frogs are amazing and they're up there actually, but the conversation of Wilbur and
that's a good one. Yeah.
And Lewis about the family tree.
The family tree scene is quite good.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good parts of I think the beginning of this movie is the most solid written part. Just overall, it's actually got a really effective way of setting up most of the characters.
Kind of like Igor.
I mean, no.
No. Just in the fact that the beginning of the screenplay is really, really great, and then it just kind of falls off.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's the comparison I was drawing.
Do you have another question?
What do you think are some of the main problems with this? Like, what would have made it better?
Well, one, the editing is weird. Like, an example we talked about just while we were watching it this last time is Wilbur gives Lewis the first like inspirational speech before he goes to. I think that's more structuring than just editing. Yeah, but it's part editing, part structuring. Well, yeah, but he goes to he's repairing the time machine, and there's like this short little tiny little montage. It lasts for like 30 seconds. I didn't even think it was that long, like 10 seconds. And then he's like, I'm done. And then Wilbur's like, I knew you could do it. And then they turn it on and it blows up. I thought you were saying like angrily, I'm done. Like they immediately, like it's so fast from him to that. Like he was like inspirational speech. He gets pumped up. Ooh, he does it. Yeah. Then he fixes it, but not actually. Literally like 5 seconds. And then later. He's like, don't say it. And then storms off. Don't say it. Is that which I mean isn't like a complete problem, but I mean that's just an example of how the writing and the editing is just. Did the heat just kick off? No, that's like cars, Robbie. Gosh dang it! It's kind of cold down here. It's always cold down. It like stays 60 degrees, and it's the worst. But now it's the winter time. Oh yeah! Congratulations, guys! You lived till winter. Oh. I don't know if you could hear that. I don't know. I doubt it. Okay. There was like a really loud car going by for some reason. I think it was a truck. Pipe down. Man, don't you know we're trying to record? You just run out like shaking your fist. We're trying to record a podcast, man. I think our podcast is a little more important than your car. I'm over here. You're making him lose his focus. Sorry. Is this the second Monsters Inc. reference you've made? Yes, it is. Okay. But yeah, just a lot of it's writing problems that I have with it.
Okay.
Voice acting's fine. The animation didn't age
except for the fact
amazingly.
that they had the guy who plays.
There's one line of Wilbur.
There's like one line where it sounds like a completely
I
different person.
guarantee it's a different person because it doesn't sound anything like the. And it's just one line.
One line.
Right
with
as
Wilbur.
they rescue, Lewis from Goob. Old Goob. Bowler hat guy Goob.
Bowler hat guy.
Spoilers.
Oh shoot. Just completely.
He like says one line, and I don't remember what that line is, and then Carl gets shot. And yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's my basic thoughts.
Those are your big problems.
It's really just story and story structure and editing.
Yeah, I would say ditto probably. A lot of my problems with this, the reason I didn't give it like 4, because I mean 4, in my heart I wish I could give it 4, but I can't in good conscience give it 4 because I just don't think it's on that level. A lot of the scenes don't work very well.
Yeah,
they're funny. Like you're not bored, but you're not exactly like it's not exactly the best they could be. A lot of the writing is a little weaker than I wish. The comedy works really well though.
Yeah, but that's a problem though, because some scenes besides they're like 1 or 2 funny jokes, they're completely unengaging.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like,
yeah, sometimes they drag out the jokes a bit too long too.
Yeah.
But I think mainly structuring. Some of the scene writing is a little weak. The animation is actually pretty good. I don't know why I brought it up. Some of the background textures.
It didn't age super well, but I think it's still fine. Animation quality never really bothers me. If a movie is good, it doesn't need amazing animation per se.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. I don't want like.
I mean, it's nice.
Like, what is that program? Alice called? Yeah, I don't want Alice quality animation. I don't know. You guys probably don't know what this is. The average listener.
Wow.
But it's this program where you can animate stuff, right?
3D animation.
But they give you pre-made little figures that have different nodes that you can move around. Blah blah blah.
It's so funny.
But their movement is so limited and so unnatural looking. And there's no, like, good texture in the entire thing.
Yeah, no, some of the textures are a little distracting.
No, all of it. Oh, no, I'm still talking about Alice.
Oh, no, just in this movie.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, yeah, those are the... And see, it wouldn't be bad if those were just, like, minor problems, but they're such big problems.
Well, the animation isn't.
No, not the animation. But they're such big problems that it just drags the whole movie down.
Yeah.
But I think overall it's still pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I got another question.
I got a question for you.
What do you think about just the entire world of the future that they live in? It's completely whack. What are your thoughts?
Just my thoughts,
of the world that you first get introduced to when he first goes.
I think it's pretty
to the future.
To the future. I think it's pretty freaking great.
No. Apparently, government is no longer a thing in this utopia.
Yeah, I don't know. The Robinsons just run the world now.
Yeah, right. The Robinsons are billionaires who invented everything because they killed off all the other competition.
Whoa.
And rule the world now.
I don't know
and
about
put
that.
on a happy face, but they actually have all the people around and all the weaponry you see, and they've got Lefty and there's a giant monster, and it's all a conspiracy. No, that's not actually what I think. You ignore all that.
Wow. Okay. I think for the movie purposes, Micah.
No, not the movie purposes. Just what do you think about this world? Because it's whack.
I think that it's pretty good. I like it.
But a lot of stuff is completely just pointless. 100% pointless.
What about the moving sidewalks and flying cars?
Oh, that stuff's fine. But what about the bubble floaty system?
Bubble floating
it's
system.
It's slower than almost any other mode of transportation
what about walking,
that I could think
Micah?
of. No, walking would be faster, depending on
Speed
how
walking?
slow you're walking.
Speed walking.
You could be like, and by the way, that noise is for a step. And you're going really slow.
Should I grab a shoe and do some Foley work for you, Micah?
Yeah. But if you walk as fast as I do, which is like
not the
yeah.
Wow. What the what are you laughing at?
Myself.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, it's just
is that your full thoughts?
no, it's just the entire world is just absolutely ridiculous.
It's bonkers.
Which is great, and I love the frogs.
Those singing frogs.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. I want a solo movie with them.
Solo movie. It's like a music biopic about the main singing frog.
No, it's like a gangster movie.
Oh, a gangster movie.
A gangster movie with the singing frogs.
Can it still be a musical biopic?
No, it can't be a musical, but it's
no, a musical biopic.
No, this is music. It's a gangster movie that just so happens to have music in it.
Directed by Martin Scorsese.
No, he's not gonna do it justice.
Okay.
He'd probably make it too serious. I don't know. The only
don't
thing
you want it to be serious?
The only thing I've seen. No, it's supposed to be a comedy. The only thing I've seen Scorsese that he's directed.
Shark Tale. No.
No. Isn't he in that though?
Yeah.
Is Hugo, and I really don't like Hugo.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's all the questions I have. I don't know if you have anything else.
I was gonna ask you, what do you think of the dual kind of villains as like in the movie? What do you think of having Doris and Goob as villains working together?
Well, Goob isn't...
But still separate, kind of.
Goob isn't really a villain, man, if you think about it.
Not if you think about it.
He's kind of dumb.
Bro, he had Robinson's... the Robinson's company on its knees. Micah.
Right, yeah.
He brought it to its knees.
He brought it to its knees. with just some eggs and some toilet paper, he brought the entire Robinson family and
that
company...
That montage is so good.
...to its knees. You're right. I take it back. That might actually be my favorite. Oh, yeah, and I thought of, like, that and one other scene that I really like in the movie.
What?
So, like, there's that montage, which is amazing, the Goob monologue about his life. But then the meatball fight, where it does, like, the Japanese horror movie kind of style.
What do you mean horror movie?
I said foreign movie style lighting on it, and then they unsync, like they mess with the audio to where the mouths don't sync up with the with the audio, like it's a dubbed foreign movie, and it's amazing.
It's so good. That's literally probably the funniest, most original joke I've seen in a movie from that era. And animation.
But you get stuff in like the Goob monologue, like hey Goob, nice binder. You want to come over to my house? They all hated
me. This movie has so many memes that have birthed from it. It's so good. Actually, if you guys are looking, the episode art for this is the Mr. Steak, You're My Only Friend.
Mr. Steak, You're My Only Friend.
Which I didn't realize was a meme until I was allowed on the internet. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is like a thing. People know about this movie.
This is, like I said, this is a pretty like popular movie when it comes to like, they watched this a lot in their childhood.
Yeah, I only watched The Prestige.
We are not. Oh yes, The Prestige exclusively.
I watched Paddington 2 and The Prestige.
No. At least The Prestige is old enough that you could watch it. You could have actually watched it when you were a child.
Dang, I really love Willy Wonka. That was like one of my favorite.
Willy Wonka was good, and we watched it a lot.
Dang. Not the trash Tim Burton one.
No, it's not. Okay.
It's not trash.
I want to do it on the podcast sometime because it's not trash, but it's not great.
No.
But man, the Gene Wilder one. That's some.
That's some gourmet cinema
there. Get that at the Cheesecake Factory of Cinema.
Dude, whenever a movie is cheesy now, I'm gonna call it a Cheesecake Factory.
Oh no!
You have inspired me.
Yeah, I completely forget what your question was.
What?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Goob and Doris.
We just kept talking.
But yeah, Goob, I don't really think qualifies as a villain, and Doris is.
He's literally opposing the main character. He's literally the antagonist. No, I don't know about villain.
Doris is the main villain and the main antagonist, and Goob is a side antagonist.
Okay.
But Doris is fine.
I'll give you that.
I always thought it was kind of dumb logically.
Well, it is just a robot.
No, but like, listen, when you make a helping
you're saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you make it to do stuff like tie a bow tie, brush your teeth.
I don't know why.
How the heck did it get AI sentient to where it could literally develop a plan to take over the world? And how the heck did it get to its mind control situation thingamabob in the first place? What the heck are you doing, Mr. Robinson?
So you don't even think it makes sense in the logic of the universe?
Yeah, no, I think Doris is problematic. Doris causes problems.
Oh my gosh! Don't be that loud, Micah. You're maxing out the mic again.
Sorry.
Stepping on up to the microphone and say, "Hey, man, what do you think of the music in this movie?"
It's very for its time.
It's a very 2007 soundtrack.
Yes.
How about that score though?
The score is engraved
Hans
in
Zimmer?
my mind. No, I don't think it's Hans Zimmer.
Didn't he?
No.
Didn't he?
Didn't he?
Who is it, Micah? I must know.
Yeah, they really want people to download the IMDb app now.
It's a great app.
Because every time you click on something, it's like, download the app and get it faster.
I just want to see. Just click it. Just click it.
Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman. My Danny Elfman.
You may know him from our previous episode where we totally had him on. We didn't actually have him on.
Wow.
For the Nightmare Before Christmas episode.
I think they could understand a little sarcasm. Like,
you gotta fully disclose like that.
We could get sued.
I got a complaint from Christopher Nolan himself.
The Nolan
He
himself.
listened to our podcast and he was like, "Hey, I wasn't on that podcast."
Is that how he sounds?
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't actually talk to Christopher.
Oh my gosh.
I don't. If Christopher Nolan ever listened to our podcast, I wouldn't be like. I would just be surprised.
Micah, you're just like robbing a bank. You're like, I will kill you, and then you're just like, I won't actually kill you. I won't actually kill you. I just want the money. Don't worry, this isn't even a real gun. That'd be pretty good.
It's like what was that? What was that? Pink Collared Crimes. It was on Netflix. It only had like one season.
That was the weirdest
But
show.
this one, it was about this mom.
I would highly recommend that
It was
show.
pretty good. But she robs a bank and she uses a paintball gun.
It's just kind of a mediocre show, guys.
Well, she had robbed a bank. She robbed a bank she robbed like 4 different banks
Wasn't it
before
like a
she
squirt
got.
gun or something?
No, it was a paintball gun.
Oh.
But it still had its little tag on the bottom of the gun.
Oh yeah.
So she's like waving it around, and you can look at the
They
security
had
footage.
security footage.
And it actually
Just
still
a
has
little
a little tag.
Wow.
But then she was really self-conscious about the fact that she made people scared, and then she was like, you know what?
She felt so bad.
Next time, I'm just gonna use paper to threaten them instead of actually showing a gun.
Yep.
Don't worry, she didn't get away with it.
Well, obviously,
She
because
robbed
she was on the
4
show.
banks, man. 4 banks.
You guys need to go watch that. Pink Collar Crimes.
It's very good.
Go do it.
Netflix.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a Netflix original, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Hold on. It didn't get another season, though.
Was it just the one season?
Or at least it hasn't yet. And I think it first aired. How do you call
COLLAR, not OR.
Crimes? No, I got it. I was already typing that.
Wow.
Pink.
Pink Collar Crimes. CBS. So if you have CBS All Access, you can probably watch it.
It may not have
Yeah,
been a
with the
Netflix
subscription.
original. Dang.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, we watched it while we still had CBS.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we still... I completely forgot we had CBS.
We had CBS All Access.
All Access.
So if you have that, you can watch it, probably.
Yeah, if not, you can watch it on Vudu for $2.
Yeah, you can
watch
buy
it
the
on
season.
Google Play for $2.
Oh my gosh.
Amazon Prime for $2 and YouTube for $2.
Nobody cares, Micah. All right.
Anyway, now that we've done a segment for a show that's not even our own.
Wow. Please sponsor us, CBS.
We're gonna be a CBS official podcast.
Have the logo on the cover.
Yeah, I mean, we always joke that Disney's gonna buy us out, and we're gonna just have to rip on all Sony movies.
Nice.
Well,
there you
but
go.
yeah, I don't think totally way off topic, but for your question, you can answer it now.
Oh, shoot.
What do you think of Doris and Goob as villains?
I think Doris is a little kind of weird. but it works well. But that's probably one of the better elements of the script because they don't elaborate on Doris too much. They just
but it was
give her a
enough that it
backstory.
always bothered me. Growing up, Doris bothered me so much. That was one of those things. I'm like, why the heck can it control minds? Why the heck is it sentient? What the heck?
Maybe it's supposed to read your mind to where it knows what like you want.
Yeah, but why would it be able to control your mind?
Maybe it figured out a way to reverse it.
Why would it have that good of AI?
I don't know. To figure out how to do
like
new
everybody's
tasks, maybe?
like, oh, AI can do anything, but AI, nah, not really. You still have to program it that way first. Sure, you could program it to build on itself, but you can also program it to not.
Okay. But yes, I think Doris works all right. Goob is literally anytime he's on the screen, I like it.
He's like, with my stick and your...
He has some of the funniest jokes.
No, he does. He's one of my favorite characters.
He oozes like
voices,
like 50s
Goob.
Cartoon bad guy. It's so good.
That
guy kind of looks like Brad Pitt.
Where's old Goob though? Because I doubt that's.
Or no, that's not Brad Pitt. Who am I thinking of?
Who are you thinking of?
Who does that guy look like?
Nobody.
What?
Himself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm sure that's young Goob, just with how.
Just with how young he is.
He is. Where is bowler hat guy?
Bowler hat guy.
So he was voiced by the guy who directed the movie.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Actually,
Stephen J. Anderson.
That's interesting.
Let's see what he's done.
He keeps popping up.
No, it does it every
app.
time you click on something.
That's hilarious.
He has directed. Lame.
Winnie the Pooh.
All right. Meet the Robinsons is his big thing.
Winnie the Pooh.
Fine.
What? The movie.
He was an actor in Frozen, Bolt, Meet the Robinsons,
the video
Frozen
game,
Adventure.
Micah.
Oh yeah, that's Meet the Robinsons, the video game.
I always forget that there's a video game. For such a wacky movie, it's kind of weird that there's.
Wait, the same guy does the bowler hat guy and Grandpa Bud.
That's great.
And where does he voice? He's just voice in Emperor's New Groove.
He was probably just like a villager.
He might have just been the narrator. I don't know.
No.
He was a writer for Brother Bear, and Emperor's New Groove, and Tarzan, and Meet the Robinsons.
Holy crap! Does he have a writing credit? Okay, yeah. Okay.
So well, he's gone around.
So like I said, I don't mind the villains are actually some of my favorite parts of the movie.
See, Doris, I never liked.
Wow.
And not in like you're not supposed to like her because she's a villain.
Not in like a who am I thinking of? The lady from Harry Potter.
Umbridge.
Umbridge, not in the Umbridge
Everybody
way.
hates Umbridge, but like she's the best.
Exactly.
At the same time, like she's the best villain. Not really, but like she's a top-notch villain.
The best villain of all time.
No.
Is that what you said, Micah?
No.
Kata.
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 Yeah. So I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Like I said, this is a childhood classic for me.
Yeah. If there's anything that I can really say to add to this, and I don't really think there really is. We've been going for quite a while at this point, actually.
Yeah. No, I didn't expect us to go on this long.
It's just watch it. It's good. Form your own opinion on it because it's really.
To be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that I already really liked this and kind of am biased to liking it, I would probably give it like 2.5 or 2. But I think it has a lot of nice things about it that I like.
Yeah, I think the writing and structure and editing have problems, but I don't think it. Wow, that was a nice voice crack. Problems. But I don't think.
Wow.
I don't think it actually takes a ton away. I'm not going to say it doesn't take anything away because obviously it does.
Wow.
And it's a problem, but I definitely think this movie is still enjoyable. But I definitely think the best way, and this is my personal opinion, to watch this is with like a bunch of friends.
Yeah, no, that would be good.
Just because you can, joke about it.
It's a pretty light movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's also pretty dark. That rain sequence, am I right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can't laugh during those. You're only crying.
Here's the thought. So we have Lewis in the future, right?
Lewis.
And he's with his family. He doesn't
Actually,
know.
His name is Cornelius.
Sorry, but he goes by Lewis, Robbie, until he's older.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that he is Wilbur's father, but Wilbur knows. And so that's odd, their relationship. Just knowing that going into the movie, that's very odd. And then another thing that's always bothered me
You're gonna bring up the name thing.
Oh yeah. No, I completely forgot about this.
No, say what you're going to say first.
Okay, fine. I'll say what I was going to say, but
so you don't forget.
No, this is no problem. It's just weird to me, and it always bothered me. It's another thing that's just always bothered me.
How did the frogs play such great music?
He's like, Lewis is like mom to what's-her-face, Franny or whatever. And they're like, oh, we totally adopt you, blah, blah, blah. But that's his future wife, man. It's weird.
But they don't know that.
Yeah, but still, it's weird.
I try not to think too much about this movie. With
her reaction is appropriate though when she sees. I love how nobody else has his hair because she sees his hair, and even Wilbur says it's a dead giveaway because like apparently he's the only person who has that hair
in the entire world,
any place ever. But anyway, what Robbie mentioned earlier, and we noticed this last two times we watched this movie.
Not even a problem with the movie. It doesn't matter.
No, this is just funny and unless we're missing something, I swear we're not.
I've watched it twice now, keeping that in mind, or just once now, and I did not see any indication. So
Wilbur never says that his name is Wilbur until much later in the movie. So he comes into the future, while they're still riding around in the ship in the future. Lewis calls him Wilbur. When he was never told that his name was Wilbur.
He had no idea what his name was.
He's just like a Wilbur. And I'm sure there's either just a writing error
or they cut a scene out.
Or something. But it's fine. It's just funny.
Yeah. No, you just pointed it out when we were watching.
I was like, wait, how did he know his name? And Robbie was like, what? And I was like, they didn't say his name. And he was like, whose name? Wilbur's. They didn't say his name anytime in the movie.
Plus, we can quote most of this movie just from memory.
This movie is the childhood. My life was built on this movie.
Yeah.
This and a selection of other movies have shaped so much about what I like about movies and what I don't like about movies, and it's funny to look back and be like, ah, yes, movies of my past.
Good times.
But yeah, that's my final thoughts.
All right. Well, I kind of already said mine at the beginning.
We kind of wrapped up.
Do you want to go over what we watched this week?
Yeah. Let's segment into.
All right, I'm pulling up. We're pulling up our Letterboxd.
Pulling up the Letterboxd.
Oh, by the way, you can follow me on Letterboxd at Christian Cuber.
And you can follow me on Letterboxd at games_things.
Wow. Oh, wow. I watched a lot of, new movies this week.
I've watched not nearly as much as Robbie. No. So we're going to start with me.
I said around.
Wait, no. You have movies before the 6th, don't you?
Yes, I do.
We ended there.
Yeah, no.
On our last episode.
So do we just want to go day by day what we watched?
Yeah, day by day.
All right. On the 4th of November, I watched The Scarecrow, which is a short film by Alex Hunter, or High Top Films for those of you guys who know him.
I still want to see that.
It's very, very good. I gave it 4 out of 5. I liked it. It was good. Go watch it. Then later that day I watched The Lion King. Because I hadn't seen it since I was 7 years old.
I was working that day, right?
Yeah, you were working. I
wasn't there all day.
Yeah, you were working, and you don't want to watch it ever. So I decided to pop in the old VHS, and I gave it 4.5. I
have an aversion to old Disney movies.
I liked it more than I thought I would, because I remembered kind of when I was younger, but I really liked it. So yeah, 4.5.
On the 5th.
On the 5th, you can.
Because I don't have anything either.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I watched 3 movies that day, so I'll just try and go through.
I was working this day as well. I worked all day back to back.
I watched E.T. again. This is the second time I watched it. 3.5 out of 5. Not Spielberg's best, but not his worst.
I didn't like it when I watched it.
It's a lot more charming than I remember it being. Then I watched The Breadwinner, which is it got nominated for Best Animated Picture when it came out in 2017, and I wanted to see it.
Does that mean it lost to Inside?
I think so. But it's...
Wait, no, that was 2015, I think.
It was a lot darker than I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but
Dude,
it's a very...
No, that animation studio, they did a movie...
It's a very dark and heavy movie.
They did a movie called...
what? Secret of the Kells?
Secret of the Kells, which I watched in history class one week when we had a substitute teacher, and man, that thing spooked me.
I need to watch it still.
It's weird. That's why I didn't really want to watch that.
But yeah, Breadwinner I gave 3.5 out of 5. Still pretty good. I liked it. And then
no, that was 2015.
That night
Never mind,
I watched what?
Oh no, Inside Out was 2015.
That
2017.
Night, later that night, I watched Tree of Life, or I should say, The Tree of Life, directed by Terrence Malick. This is the first time I watched any Terrence Malick movie like ever, and I didn't love it that much initially. It was kind of like a little weird for me, but I think it has aged well in my mind. And I've grown to appreciate it. 4 out of 5.
I came home from the theater.
I worked
that day
the very
and
end of Tree of Life.
Went to theater, and I came back at the end of this movie, and it was boring one, and
Ouch.
Just weird, just straight up weird.
You missed all of the family development stuff.
Weird, and there was like 5 words of dialogue, and it was like 30 minutes of. Just like, oh.
Yeah, the choir was pretty nice. But then, yeah, that's what I watched.
Then we watched Meet the Robinsons.
The very next day.
On the 6th.
On the 6th.
And also later that day, we watched The Satellite Girl and Milk Cow. Which this is Ghibli, right?
It's whack. No.
This isn't Studio Ghibli.
It's just distributed by G Kids.
Okay. This movie is just all sorts of wacky.
Holy crap!
Just like don't watch it.
It's the weirdest movie I've ever seen.
So
what?
In this universe though, if you get your heart broken, you turn into an animal, but like a human-esque animal. Like they still stand on 2 legs, they still talk and everything. And the one main character gets his heart broken and turns into.
Are you gonna try and explain this convoluted plot?
Cow? And there's also a satellite girl who's originally just a normal satellite who sees this guy before he turns into a milk cow singing, and it's like, oh, I want to hear that voice. So then she just comes crashing down to Earth, but she lands right next to a magical toilet paper roll named Merlin, who has magical powers.
He accidentally turns her
into a girl, but she's still metal and can like shoot her arms off of her body and her head off of her body.
It doesn't make any sense.
And then the rest of it is a love story about them falling in love, but also them trying to avoid the incinerator, because there's this giant walking incinerator that if it sees one of these animals, it will just pick them up and incinerate them instantly, while also trying to avoid a organ poacher, I suppose you'd call it, who uses a plunger to take the livers out of these animals because they sell them for money, and it's a plunger that shoots lasers.
Well, there you go. If that sounds interesting to you, you can watch it sometimes. The Satellite Girl and Milk Cow. That is the name of it. 2014. It was strange. I gave it 2 out of 5.
Yeah. I didn't rate it because I didn't really have an opinion on it.
Okay.
The very next day, we watched Shorts, which is a Robert Rodriguez movie, believe it or not. The guy who brought you the classics like Spy Kids.
Actually, Micah, look, that tagline in the movie says "Not so tall tales" from the director of Spy Kids.
Spy Kids to El Mariachi. This guy's done it all, including Alita.
Wait, he did Sin City.
Sin City, yeah. And he's got the weirdest of directorials.
Holy crap.
He's all over the place.
He's a weird guy. This is like pure. This is tapping into the Spy Kids stuff a lot.
No, a lot. This stuff is insane. wacky, and somehow I still really enjoyed it.
I wasn't.
It wasn't like amazing. Like I didn't like. It's nowhere near the level of Spy Kids, and a lot of the jokes weren't funny.
Yeah,
but it was in the realm of me making fun of it that I enjoyed it so much. That's why I enjoyed it, is because I could make fun of it.
What did you rate it?
I gave it 2 stars.
2 stars. I gave it 1.5. So it's only a half.
Very
star
wacky.
difference. Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend it.
We watched 2 like drug trip movies in a row.
Right. Then we watched the
today.
very next day,
this was today.
as in today.
The
Fifth Wave, which is weird 2016 movie with the guy from the teenager from Jurassic World. You know him, the really annoying.
I wish it had the kid from Iron Man 3 in it.
Yeah, but then
that would be pretty good.
So this movie was odd. It was about an alien invasion in the least practical way possible. Like, not that the movie was the least practical way, but the alien invasion was the least practical way.
Is that your main criticism of the movie?
No, there is a lot of problems, but one of my big criticisms is what the heck were the aliens thinking?
Maybe they weren't thinking, Micah.
Because their plan is just straight up stupid.
It's not that bad.
Why do waves of stuff to kill off people? Why not? They obviously have the power to just kill people. So why?
They said they were trying to preserve the planet.
Yeah, but obviously they could preserve the planet pretty easily. Like, why their extravagant plan was to enlist, draft, if you will,
it is a very convoluted plan.
All of the kids, all the surviving kids, into the army which they control, to go off and trick them into thinking that all other survivors are infected by the aliens, and have them ship off and go kill everybody else. Makes no sense.
That's true. But what do you think, Micah?
It was okay.
Wow,
it was fine.
I thought it was a little less
really
than
like
okay.
It. I gave it 2 stars.
2 stars out of 5.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't probably suggest it to someone.
And then we watched Meet the Robinsons again. Not that like
literally like an hour ago. We watched Meet the Robinsons.
And we've been going for about an hour, so yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, so there's what we've been watching. If you guys have any like new segment ideas,
because we
tweet at us or something.
We feel I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like we're kind of hitting a point where we're very formulaic. Wow. And we need something to shake us up, be it a new segment.
We need Terrence Malick to direct our podcast.
No.
That'll definitely shake it up.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
Shoot, I have like a big hole in my sock.
Wow, good job. All right. Now we got to find a good quote, and I wanted to do a certain quote, but I'm not sure if Robbie will be on board for said quote. Because it's a 2-person.
Oh, no,
back
I don't really like doing them.
But
I hate recording this podcast. It's the worst. It's
the pop quiz. What do you like?
Oh, no.
I just don't think I can pronounce
That's so long. Oh my gosh, no.
It's just from here to here. But
I know,
fine.
but it's like
what's a good quote?
It's a really complicated one.
Hold on, I'm still looking. So plug something or something.
We have Instagram. I don't know. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. I think we have a Facebook page too. Yeah, we do. But yeah. I think I guess share this with your friends.
Here we go. We're
trying to build our listening base. We're almost at 150 listens now,
which is awesome.
Which is great. Thank you for listening, those who listen. But yeah,
we're just trying to build out the community.
Please share it
to where people can maybe enjoy listening to it.
Wow. If your friend even says even once that they like movies, you should send them this and be like, "Heard you liked movies. You might like this too." So what are you doing, Micah?
So I'm gonna do the meme.
What meme?
This meme.
There's a meme? Okay.
Kidding.
Hey Goob, what's up? Cool binder. Hey Goob, wanna come over to my house today?
They all hated me.
There you go, that was much better.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's good?
Yeah, that's the wrap.